Hi guys, I'm back. It's been a long time. I think it's been about 2 years easily because the last time I was here, I was celebrating my 8 year post T, and October 1st will be my 10 year post T, and July 1st was my 10 year uh, anniversary of making the my decision to transition finally. To start out with, I had bronchitis and I developed a cough, and you can hear I may start coughing, and I'm not dying. It's just it's just the lungs. Anyway, I want to apologize for not. Hang on a second. Okay, runny nose too. I didn't want to wipe online. So yeah, I apologize for that, but I'm back and I will be making the videos again. Uh, I'm going to get right off the bat. Um, my channel got attacked by a transphobic group, and because of them attacking my videos, YouTube deleted my most popular video, which was the 4 year slideshow, uh, because they said this group accused me of having a threatening, um, harassing, bullying video, which wasn't. So that video's gone. That slideshow is gone. But I'm going to put together a 10 year slideshow now. And they may come and attack me again, but I won't be intimidated. I won't back down because that's what they want. So I'm putting together a 10 year. So I've got to get that done. So I don't know if I was doing it at the time, but I'm volunteering with an organization that collects clothing to help individuals that are trying to get their lives back together so they can get work. Some of them were totally homeless, but they're getting it back together. And this is an employment agency I volunteer with. They help these people. They vet them and they help them get interviews to get jobs, and hopefully get the jobs. And in the process, they need some decent clothing for the interviews and such, and to work. So I gather donations from the community. Um, so they bring these clothing in, and so they have these nice clothes they can pick from and be able to use. And all the people in the community, it's wonderful. Maybe they've changed sizes, and so they're getting rid of some clothes. At Christmas time, they get new clothes, so they need to clean out the closet. I've had a lot of seniors that they've lost their spouse, and the spouse has died, and so now they've got closets full of nice clothing, shoes, etc. And so they have me come in and pick all the stuff up, and I take it to the organization, and it's been wonderful. They've got me on the pipeline, and it's people are letting others know, and it seems like I'm on the deceased deceased spouse list. They hear about it and they want to give the stuff to someone, and so I've been doing that. I'm coordinator for that. Still crocheting, always. Still producing hats. I did really well this last Christmas selling, and it dropped off. Hang on a second. More runny nose. It was really hot and heavy at Christmas time, but then it dropped off afterwards. But I'll be doing that again this Christmas, so that's been really good. Since I had to retire my business, I miss my gardening. I have to garden. It's like crochet. I have to do it. So My body is better. It's getting better. My knees and such, I'm able to walk better now. So I took me a while, but I work on my own yard, keep it pretty, and I have a couple friends, elderly. I had one lady, she's 93, and she finally decided that, oh, you know what? I think I need some help. I says, okay. So I help them with their yards, and that's nice. There's no timeline, no deadline, no pressure, so I can just go in when I feel like it, when the body holds up, and if the weather's good. And so that way I get to garden. Let's see. Oh, my husband, um, my ex-husband, died a year ago last month of COVID. He was 90. He was going to be 93 in September, and he died in that August. So he's gone. Um, I had divorced him, so it wasn't a big deal that he died. But we had been together for 35 years, so there was that relationship there. That was history. So in that respect, yeah, I think about him. Um, because I lost my business and various other things, money has been super tight. And so I applied for, and I now have gotten food assistance, like, what do you call it? Food stamps, um, food bank, etc. Oh, here goes the nose again. Oh, that's a pain in the tush. Um, Internet assistance, rental assistance, medical, electric, which is helping me keep afloat. It's still tight, but the owner of my place heard that I was getting some assistance, so she increased my rent by $570 a month. And just about the time I felt like I had the budget cut way back, my expenses, and I was doing really good, and I was so proud of myself, she popped it up to huge amounts, so that all at once my head was above water and then it wasn't. So that's when I started going for a lot more assistance. Let's see. Oh, I've never been a political person. Um, Never, and everybody that knew me, and I didn't care who knew that I was transgender. Obviously I'm out, publicly disclosed with my YouTube and my blogger and Facebook and Twitter and everything else, but I had never gotten up on a soapbox and told the entire community that I was transgender as well as gay, double whammy. But there was an incident happened due to this same transphobic group that attacked me. They attacked a young 18-year-old trans lady that's in the process of trying to transition, but money's holding her back from being able to get all the surgery and such. And this group, this one woman, part of the group, made a big scene about a man being in the women's room, which wasn't true. And she had been a troublemaker for a long time. And so the YMCA banned her. And so this group then started demonstrations and protests and creating all this hoopla and controversy. And it's still going on. This has been going on for almost 2 months. They just keep creating all these problems. And I joined in a discussion about, because there was mistruth about what had actually happened. And so as part of the discussion on a group we call Next Door Neighbor, it's a community thing, I joined in and explained what had really happened. and that why this lady, this transgender lady, what was going on, the truth. And this group, because of that, found out about me. That's how they found me, and then they targeted me, and they targeted my YouTube channel. So I started going to the various city councils, and I never wanted to do something like that, but I decided to. I said, I've got to do this. I just have to defend this little lady and stand up for the transgender rights, and uh, try to explain to the community what the bathroom bill actually was, that because of the catch-22 they put us in, they're requiring that we use our birth gender, our birth certificate, in order to use the bathrooms and locker rooms. But there are some of us, such as myself and others, that have fully transformed physically. And if we are required, like myself, to use my birth gender, which is female, we are required to use the women's room instead of using our physical form, which is male. We're not allowed to use the men's room because because our birth gender is female. And I've tried to explain this to people, that trust me, the women are screaming and yelling about men being in their bathrooms, and if they require that as a birth female I have to use the women's room, they will have men in the bathroom. And there's people been saying, we don't want, penises, phalluses in the male genitals in the women's bathroom. And I says, you will. If the government and the community forces this law, you will have men and you will have male genitals in the women's bathroom. And it will be because of the government, not because of us. I don't want to use the women's room. I want to use the bathroom locker room of my true gender, my legal gender. So that's going on. So I've gotten myself involved in that because I just had to. This is the first time in 10 years that I said, I've got to do this. I've got to step up. But the neat thing about it, the good thing is, I'd been all these years not disclosing myself because of the, people don't want it. Some people don't want it, don't like it, transgender, gay. But but in the meantime, there's things that if you don't want someone to know that you're transgender or gay, there were things about my life that I couldn't share. The fact that I had been a little girl, that I had worn dresses, that I'd had menstruation, that I had been part of little girls' like Bluebird campfire groups, etc. I couldn't share those things. I couldn't share that I'd had a husband for 35 years. All of that stuff I had to somehow hide. I had to hide my female name. I had to have a wall up there, and sometimes it would slip out, and it was like, oh dear. But now that I've come out, disclosed completely, I took a deep breath. All at once, I don't have anything to fear. Now I know that everybody in the community knows. And all at once, I'm not lying or non-disclosing anything. I talk about having a husband. I talk about to other ladies about I had been pregnant and had an abortion, and that I had menstruation, that I had everything that women can and do go through. And all at once, I feel free. I can't believe how free I feel. It's like I was able to drop all those walls and all that protection. And now it's, you know what, people? This is who I am. I'm not going to try and hide it anymore. It's going to be your problem, your responsibility if you can't accept me. So I've got that now, and that's really, really nice. And there were times around the house, out in my yard, that I'd never told any of the neighbors that I was transgender, because you get gossip rolling around in the neighborhood, and the grapevine. And so, regardless of going outside, I always wore a packer. And it was a pain in the tush, if somebody came to the front door and knock, I'd quickly try and get the packer on. So, when I opened the door, I looked male. And now, I still like to wear it when I go out. I just, the guys, you like the feel of it. Men want to seem, men want to have a package. I'm sorry. You want to be male. You want to have male genitals. But around the house, it was comfortable just to have a pair of sweats on and stuff. And so now I walk outside, I go to the mailbox, I putter in the yard in just my sweatpants and no packer. It's like, hey guys, this is me, get over it. So, I think I've kind of gone over everything I want to talk about right now. I am back. I will be making videos now. I've figured out a way to have the incentive to do it. I'd lost incentive. And so the 10-year slideshow is going to come out, and I'll be letting you know more about what's happening with my life now. And as usual, I will forget something when I click off, but there will be more vehicles now, videos. So for now, guys, I'm glad I'm back. I hope you're glad I'm back, and I'll talk to you later.